Welcome back to Guitar Control. My name is Matias Rengel, and today we're going to be making your regular chord progression sound way more interesting. I'm going to be showing you new chord shapes that are going to be taking a chord like this one into something like this, and a chord like this one into something more like this. So for the first chord progression, we have an A minor, then we have a C major, and then we have an F major. Now, you probably are used to playing these ones. And they sound great, honestly, but if you want to expand your vocabulary, we're going to spice it up a little bit. What we're going to do is we're going to play, instead of an A minor, we're going to turn it into an A minor 11. And I'm going to explain to you in a second how to play it, but let me show you the chords first. For the C, we're going to turn it into a C major 7. And for the F, we're going to be turning it into a F major 7 with an added 13 or 6. Now, for the A minor, super simple actually. I want you to see it, if you know this shape, I want you to see where the chord is. And what you're going to do is from that shape, you're going to take almost all of the chord and you're going to only add this note right there, see? So what I'm doing, I'm playing with my middle finger, the 5th fret, with my ring finger, the 5th fret, and with my pinky finger, the 5th fret. And that will be on the 6th, 4th, and 3rd. And now on the 2nd string with my index finger, I'm playing the 3rd fret. And now you can also play the 1st string open. Now what you're going to do, keeping that chord right there, you're going to grab your index finger and you're going to move it up to the 3rd fret of the 5th string. You're going to bring your middle finger into the 4th fret of the 3rd string and grab your pinky, remove it from where it was, and now bring it, see, into the 5th fret of the 2nd. And then you have really cool. And then for the F, you're going to take the middle finger and you're going to bring it into the 8th fret of the 5th string. Now you're going to place your ring finger on the 8th fret of the 2nd string. And check this out, this one is a little bit complicated, but I'm going to show you 2 ways to play it, okay? What I like to do, I like to grab my index finger and just bend it so it's playing the 7th fret of the 4th and 3rd string. But I lift it up, so it's not like, see, I lift it up so I can leave the 1st string open. Now, if this is a little bit too complicated for you, what you can do is you can swap the fingers and play the ring finger on the 8th fret of the 5th. Now the index is on the 7th fret of the 4th, the middle finger is on the 7th fret of the 3rd, and the pinky on the 8th fret of the 2nd. That's another way to play it. I just personally, depending on where I am at, right? Sometimes I like to do that, but sometimes I like to do this. Because this way I can sometimes play with the pinky, see? So that's the first one, and it sounds really cool, right? It just brings a new color into it. Now for the next chord progression, we're going to grab an E minor. You all know that one. Then you're going to grab a G. You all know that one as well. And finally, a C. Now, this sounds great, you know, but let's spice it up a little bit. For the E minor, we're going to play this one. For the G, we're going to exchange it for this one. And now finally for the C, we're going to play this one. Listen to how that sounds, right? For the E minor, you're going to be playing open E, ring finger on the 7th fret, middle finger on the 5th fret of the 4th, pinky on the 7th fret of the 3rd. And that's your E minor 7. Now I like to play also the open B. It's still an E minor 7 in there. Now for the G, we're going to play This is a G major 7 with an added 13. G major 6. For that, you're going to place your index finger on the 3rd fret of the 6th, ring finger on the 4th fret of the 4th, and pinky finger on the 4th fret of the 3rd, and middle finger on the 3rd fret of the 2nd. Now what you want to do is with your index finger, you definitely want to mute the 5th so it doesn't sound, because otherwise it's going to sound like that. It's not really great because you don't really want to be playing a lot of closed notes in the lower strings, in the bass notes, right? So this one is muted there, and the rest. And now finally for the C, we're going to, if we're in G, the only one that's going to stay there is going to be the pinky that stays on the 4th fret of the 3rd, and then we're going to bring the middle finger to the 3rd fret of the 5th, the index finger to the 4th fret of the 4th string, to the 2nd fret of the 4th string, and ring finger on the 3rd fret of the 2nd string. Now this one is a major 7-9, and there you have it. Really cool. Now for our next progression, we're going to grab an A major, C sharp minor, B minor, and E7. Now we're going to spice it up a little bit, and we're going to do this. So for the first chord, we're going to play open 5th, 11th fret on the 4th, and 9th fret on the 3rd. That's it. Now from there, you're going to play 9th fret of the 6th, 9th fret of the 4th, and 9th fret of the 3rd, and you're going to mute the 5th, okay? And you play the 2nd and the 1st open, and that is with the middle, ring, and pinky. Then you're going with the same shape, go 2 frets down to the 7th fret, and finally we're going to go, check this out, we're going to go to the E7. For that, we're going to play open 6, 11th fret of the 5th, 12th fret of the 4th, and 9th fret of the 3rd. And you can play that the way I'm playing it right now with the middle, ring, and index, or you can also play it, if it's too complicated to stretch, you can just go like that, see? Ring, pinky, and index. There you go. Now for our next progression, we're going to have an F sharp minor, D, E, and C sharp minor. Now what we're going to do is we're going to play this one, then this one, this one, this one. Sounds really cool. So we have for the F sharp minor, super easy. We have it on the 2nd fret only, on the 6th, 4th, and 3rd string. And we're muting the 5th. Then we go into the 5th fret of the 5th string, and then on the 4th fret of the 4th and 3rd string. Then we move that 2 frets up. And you try to avoid the 6th string on this too. And then we go into this one, which is the replacement for the C sharp minor. Now for this one, you're going to play the 4th on the 5th, string, the second fret on the fourth string, the fourth fret on the third string, and the second fret on the second string, and the first one open. That was, could be a little bit complicated, right? So the way I do it, I play with the ring finger, pinky finger, and then with the index I do this technique that I showed you before. And there you have it. Super simple. Now for the final progression, we're going to be playing a D, an E minor, a C, and a G. Sounds great, but how do we spice it up? Let's do this. This one sounds especially good when you're playing plucky arpeggios, you know. Or when you play just straight up. So for this one, we're going to be, you probably know this one, this chord from the kind of like being used on a lot of 80s song, but it's super simple actually. It's just a C major chord. You move it 2 steps, 2 frets up, and you come with this one, right? It sounds great. You should try this one on electric guitar, by the way. Then we're just going to go 2 frets up. But it sounds bad there, right? So what we're going to do is, I want you to see it this way because it's very important that you see it. What you do is you lower this one right there, see? But it's really bad to play like that. So what we do is you bring this one here, the middle finger there, and the index goes there. And you can play that, or right there, see? 7, 5th, 7, and 7. And then from there, what you're going to do is you're going to go on the 8th fret of the 6th, 7th fret of the 4th, 9th fret of the 3rd, and 8th fret of the 2nd. For the final chord of G, you're going to go right there on the 3rd fret of the 6th, 4th fret of the 4th, 4th fret of the 3rd, and 5th fret of the 2nd. And there you have it. And that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the lesson. And as usual, remember to subscribe to Guitar Control YouTube's channel for daily guitar lessons. And there's a link in the description where you should be able to get the tab.